but yeah, the mobile range is awesome. I mean, our whole goal is to be able to grow the game and to take the truck into inner cities and where kids may not have the opportunity to ever swing a club. We want to go to those places. We want to get people, playing golf and introduce them to the game and, awesome. And have fun with it. So that's kind of, it's making golf accessible. That's what we're all about. So just starting, it's very new, but it's.
Have you got like tour dates, like you're gigging in this van and just taking it around and, you're on tour going to this city, this town?
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. I was going to ask, a big thing for me was, I know there's no sort of original really ideas in coaching and teaching. They've all come from somewhere or they're a merge of something. But a lot of your drills, if you want to call them that, seem quite original.
Yep.
Fair to say. So where'd you get your ideas and what do you think makes a good drill for the average?
Yeah. So my whole thing, like I went down the kind of the route of, I started reading all like the classic instruction books and, the Jack Nicklaus books and, all of the one of the Lee Trevino and kind of started with all the player feels and whatnot. I knew there was everyone saying different stuff and everyone feels different things and whatnot. Tyler Farrell wrote a book called The Stock Tour Swing, where he talks a lot about body movements. And so I just tried to go out and kind of get information from places that no one else was, or not no one else, but I knew not many people were reading these books. Yeah, and right. So they're, they're a little more on the technical side. And so I like kind of reading more of these kind of abstract thoughts and then coming up with kind of my own interpretations of them. I'll go out and I'll absorb it. I'll think about it. Then I'll go out and try and apply it. And then I'll try and kind of simplify the message. And then I'll really work on how I want to word something or how I want to communicate the information. And so that's really, there's so much out there. There's so much good stuff out there. There's so many tips. I've kind of gone down, I guess, the route of just trying to get information from some different places and then kind of put my own spin on it. That's kind of been my technique. I've always just wanted to, because everyone's seen, kind of the same tips, right? So it is difficult, but I think it's definitely, for me, just trying to kind of push the envelope a bit and get information from some different places, reading about like baseball players, how baseball coaches train, getting stuff from other sports and trying to almost stay away from how golf coaches communicate, because there's so many similar ideas, which is great. But I think, to get a different message across, just you got to get your information from some interesting places. That's kind of been my technique, I guess.
That was sort of my follow-up question, because your background's hockey, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm from a soccer background.
Yeah, so I grew up playing hockey.
So it's a bit of a delay, but
so I grew up playing.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, no, go ahead.
And I'm from a soccer background, football background. So I came to golf fairly late, and everything I did at the time was other sports or even sport development. I did a lot of work with other coaches across sports. So I had a lot of ideas I stole and just tweaked. I was wondering if that's the same from your hockey days, if you like. You've picked up ideas and movements from there.
Yeah. So interestingly, like when I played hockey, I never once ever thought about what I was doing. I just went out and played. I've been playing, since I was a kid. So it was all just like, there wasn't ever a thought for me on technique. And now, like, I just, went out and played. That's it. So golf was the opposite, where kind of one of the reasons I didn't go as far as I wanted in hockey, looking back, was the lack of technique. I was good enough, but if I would have had that technique, and growing up in California, there's not a whole lot of hockey here, so the coaching here wasn't great. If I would have had more of that technique, I definitely would have gone further. I'm glad I didn't, because I love what I do now. But I would say nothing, like, I never thought about hockey. So golf for me, it was all essentially, I was more curious about what a swing looked like. Like my whole kind of, what drove me was I wanted to feel what it felt like to have a swing that looked like, your perfect golf swing, like your Adam Scott. I was just curious. I wanted my swing to look like that. And I didn't give a shit about score. I didn't care about playing well. I was just so curious about the golf swing. And so that really led me down the route of getting, just diving into all these different theories and kind of the technical aspects of a swing, which is not good for playing good golf. Again, I don't really give a shit about that, but I wanted to change my golf swing. And so through that, I've obviously learned a lot about, and that's definitely helped with how I coach, because I've lived through how long it takes to actually make your swing look different. And I've seen what it does to your game. It's not pretty. And so that's, I would say, nothing from hockey is translated other than the fact that I can hit the ball decently far. I think it's really important to, when you're young, you have to play explosive sports, and the more explosive sports you play, that's going to translate to speed, whether it's soccer or basketball. As a kid, I think the ages, 8 to 15 or 14 are just crucial to developing those muscles and the fast twitch and all that. So that would unknowingly certainly help, but I wouldn't say any of my philosophies in hockey, because I didn't have any philosophies. I just went out and played. None of those really translated to golf. Golf was just a completely new learning experience for me.
Cool. So then, in your opinion, then, what does make a good drill for golfers? I know it's very generic; it's all individual. But if you could pinpoint it down to one or two aspects in what helps the most, what would you go for?
Totally, yeah. I mean, I think a good drill, there just has to be feedback, whether it's ball flight or whether it's a noodle or something that you hit or something you put on the club to feel on your hand. As long as there's feedback, where if you say, okay, you felt this, or you hit that, or you missed this, or the ball did that, then it's a good drill. If you're trying to hit a draw, you could have someone swing under a noodle. If they hit the noodle, then your path is 2 out to in. Or you could tell the student, look at the ball. If the ball doesn't start here, if the ball doesn't end there, then you're not doing what you want to do. Or if at the top of the swing, like a golf hanger, you want to feel that touching your arm at the top. If you don't feel it, then you're not doing the movement right. As long as a student gets really simple, immediate feedback, I think the faster the feedback is, the more effective it is. And the more clear and simple the drill is, the more effective it is as well, I would say.
Cool. So finally then, what's your preference or your order? Hockey, music, golf? What's your order?
My order, I would say probably right now, golf, music, hockey. I don't play a whole lot anymore. I go out and I've actually been spending a lot more time on technique. I bought a really cool pair of rollerblades that feel like ice skates. And they have like these awesome pucks that you can play around with on the street. So I'm actually going back and really focusing more on technique. And golf has taught me so much about how to move and about my own body that I can go out now. And it's just crazy. I know Kelly Slater's talked about how golf has helped him surf. It's just like golf it's just given me this whole new awareness of the body and how it works, and all that, being aware of your feet, different parts of the feet, and knowing where your shoulders are and all this crazy shit. But I'd say not to get too off tangent, I'd say golf. I absolutely love playing golf, and studying and learning and connecting with other like-minded instructors. It's such a cool community. So I'll go golf and then music next. I love making music, and then golf, hockey would be, they're all close together.
I really appreciate it. I'll leave you to it for now because, busy guy. And I'll bug you again in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good, brother. Good chatting.
Cool. Awesome, mate.